Hello, everyone. My name is Shalon Polson. I am Mrs. Colorado 2010, so 10 years ago. And I'm here today with a Mrs. Colorado contestant who will be competing in July, fingers crossed. So can you tell me your name and which area you're representing for the pageant?
Yes, my name is Emily Romero, and I am Mrs. Front Range, Colorado, representing the Front Range Mountains.
Cool. So tell me a little bit about yourself.
I would like to call myself a survivor with being humble and saying I've been living with an autoimmune disorder since 2010, for about 10 years. And I'm a mother of 3 teenagers. I have a 2020 graduate. And so in a new phase of life, but I'm definitely getting well, and I've just been on a healing journey. And so I kind of feel like I'm on my up curve, if I can use that as an example. I feel like I've come a long way and learned a lot. So just kind of getting my head back in the game.
That's great. How is your your 2020 senior doing? I can't go without mentioning that.
Yes, she was very bummed. She's a very hard worker. I'm very proud of her. She has a GPA of about 4.7. She's valedictorian. Yes, she's a president of the National Honor Society. She's a public speaker. She has a part-time job as a tutor. I try not to cry because she's just a beautiful, beautiful person. And so she has been my buddy and my teammate through sickness and in health, and she's pursuing preventative medicine. And
Awesome.
so she's definitely worked hard. So very bummed graduations are canceled, very, very bummed. So I'm just trying to keep her mindset in the game also, because she's actually not just a high school graduate, but she is graduating with her associate's degree as well. She's what's called a bridge student. So thank you for asking. She deserves a recognition for sure.
Yeah, well, congratulations. Please share that with her.
Thanks.
Okay, so let's see. What is the life lesson you want others to learn from you?
My goodness, these questions are so good and like heart-wrenching. There's no way to prepare. That you can be your own advocate and learn to listen to yourself, and don't sacrifice, and like slow down and kind of smell the coffee, or smell the roses, and just think about the birds in the air. They don't worry, and they just kind of coast. And I think we get caught up in a rat race and trying to do too much and be too much. And so the lesson would be take care of yourself and know who you are. Don't be in such a hurry.
It's a good lesson for us all right now.
Right? Thank you.
Yeah. If you were crowned in July, what would your reign as Mrs. Colorado look like?
Oh, I am so excited. I see myself launching myself into the community. Like I just want to, I'm very involved with my church, and my children are leaders with me. And so I'm used to it. And I just started doing public speaking with School District 11, where my daughters go. And so I would really like to get into like speaking and, advocacy. And I just have to slow it down because there's so much that I want to be an advocate for. But I love children of all ages, and I guess just encouraging others and people. So my reign would definitely be as it comes, kind of go with the flow. I'm just, getting my feet wet.
Good. Okay. So tell me, who is one person that you admire, and give the why behind it?
When I saw this coming forward, I didn't have anybody until early this morning. I would have to give honor to my grandmother. She was one woman. Her and my grandfather were married for 61 years, and they lived a life of to death till they parted. And she was a praying woman, and I admire her for that because old school ways, there was never a day that she would go but I would not wake up and like have to tiptoe across the bedroom while she was praying. And that really stuck out to me. I don't know why, but it came back to me, this memory of who I am. And she never let nothing deter her from that. And so I admire that, and the people that my grandparents were and taught me to be.
That's beautiful. I could just picture that. What a legacy she's left.
Thank you.
Very cool. What was her name?
Tildy. Tildy.
Shelby?
Yep, Tildy.
Awesome. Oh, that's really cool. So tell me, what have you learned about yourself in preparation for Mrs. Colorado?
Still learning a lot, very excited. I'm learning. One thing I have learned is what I just mentioned is I've always been in a rush.
Mm-hmm.
I was always a go-getter, but a people pleaser at the same time. And so that kind of, I didn't have boundaries. And so I didn't protect myself. And I think I was trying to pour. I shared something on social media. You can't pour from like an empty vessel, like
Mm-hmm.
you have to be filled up, And so that's my main thing right now is just being mind, body, soul kind of,
Mm-hmm.
really, really getting in tune with yourself and not letting like the world consume us and run us.
Mm-hmm. And while we're limited to our house right now,
Yeah.
how are you filling yourself up? Like, what are some practical things that you're doing to fill yourself up?
Well, I am a resource junkie. I'm horrible at seeing articles and stuff like, ooh, pin and tag and save. And I
Mm-hmm.
never go back to them. I think they're
Mm-hmm.
interested. And so right now I'm trying to devote time of making a schedule. And my daughters are also doing online school. So we're all kind of like having to share computer time and
Mm-hmm.
have quiet time and do all these things. And so structure, but with not being so hard on myself because Rachel, actually, current Mrs. Colorado said something yesterday. It was so cool because it's little sticky notes. Like she really hit me because I was like, I put so much responsibility on myself. So I'm trying just to learn to take 1 minute. And I'm also pursuing kind of things that I feel that I left undone in my life.
It's good to give yourself grace, especially now.
Yeah, thank you.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. How many years have you participated in this pageant?
This will be my first year. When I was younger, I was a young bride. I will be honest, I was a young bride, but it was family kind of meant to be. We kind of have this
Mm-hmm.
story. I know a lot of people do, but my daughters love it. And
Mm-hmm.
so, you know, I used to model and promotion and all these things, but I didn't ever think I would come to a pageant. So I'm really
Mm-hmm.
excited because I did it for fun and to kind of be my honey's favorite. Like I just wanted to be his favorite girl. And,
Mm-hmm.
so it was like, so now I kind of feel we've been through a lot and it's just our time.
So do you want to tell your story?
Uh,
Can you do it quickly? Because we have a few more questions.
Okay, well, his aunt lived across the street. I was a hometown girl. I love country music. So there's like this song, and his auntie lived across the street. And I grew up from her my whole life since I was about 5 years old. My mother knew this family well. So we grew up, and it was kind of like that zing moment. It was a tragedy moment, though. His very close family member was hit and run by a drunk driver.
Oh.
And so my husband came and I had never known of him. I knew the whole family. Grandma was my grandma, like they totally adopted me. I did kind of have a bit of a broken and abusive past. So these people embraced me with love.
Mm-hmm.
And so I kind of ran to them and I was the annoying little neighborhood girl until I met my husband. And then one of them was like, he's too old for you. And she was just always on me. Like, I think she knew. And so she's our kind of our matchmaker because even though she said she didn't want me to like mess with her nephew, she was always making the opportunity available. So
I love that.
he befriended me. He was a gentleman. And
Mm-hmm.
I went through a very abusive time in my life and he was just there, but he never took advantage of me. And God-fearing family and his mother taught me right. And we're
Mm-hmm.
kind of a story of Ruth and Naomi in the Bible, I like to
Oh, I
say.
love that. Yes,
Um,
I love that story.
we
Mm-hmm.
lost her. I didn't even realize this is kind of crazy because looking in the camera where I sat, she's actually up in the corner watching over me right now. And I did not realize I
Oh,
did that. So, but we
oh,
lost her to breast cancer. And so we've just been, that's why I said we've been through so much. And I think it was one of those moments that God just puts people in your life to kind of lead you through your path. And you either like pay attention or you don't. You kind of make your own path, So it's just learning to walk by faith and day by day.
amen. I love it. What a
Thank
beautiful story. Thanks for
you.
sharing that.
Thank you.
Okay, so besides the crown, we're going to jump to those questions. What are
Okay.
you hoping to gain from participating?
Well, I've always felt professional, but I don't know exactly what my forte is. I don't even know if that's a word, but I want to find out who I am in like the business world. With my disease that I battle, I actually had the holistic lifestyle chose me because I'm very super sensitive. I actually have an invisible illness. And so every day I'm just learning. And so I started leaning on God and natural things. And so I don't know if that's my path because I did become a distributor of these products that are helping me basically overcome this challenge. I feel instead of the disease that was controlling me, I feel I have better manage and control over it. So I feel like a leader. Like there's so many, I don't know. There's so many,
Right.
I'm excited. I don't know
You're
what's
going to
coming.
get to discover it as it comes, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
So, what was your favorite toy growing up?
Oh my gosh. The very first thing that popped in my mind was Barbies. And I was
Okay.
like a gem freak. I'm an 80s baby, so I don't know if anybody remembers Gem. You know, pink
Yeah.
hair rock star. And my Gem doll was like my jam. That was, her microphone. And then I had a Rose Barbie doll. And actually my uncle, it's really cool. He's a stylist now. And people thought he was kind of weird when I was younger, but I thought it was awesome because he would transform my Barbies into like models. Like he would
Oh,
make the clothes, do the hairs, so Barbies.
oh, how fun. I love it. Okay, what is just one last thing that you want to share with me today?
um, I'm thankful. I'm thankful for this moment in my life because if not, it could have passed me by. And I don't want to sound stupid, but for such a time as this, like there's so much happening in the world and there's so much time that I could lose that I lost. And I don't know if I could ever make up time, but I want to make the best of it while I have it.
I love it. So you just referenced Queen Esther for
Oh,
such a time as this, and it is so true. It's such a great message, and so it's a good teaser for people to go look up what Queen Esther was.
right. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Emily. That was beautiful. Good luck
Awesome.
to you.
Awesome. Thank you so much.